Hello and welcome to Purchase Podcast Studios. I'm your host, Trevaughn Mattis. Is the world becoming a weirder place? Well, that's according to a recent survey conducted by the Pew Research Center that says that nearly 47% of US adults say the way people behave in public these days is weirder than before the COVID-19 pandemic, with 44% of adults saying that public behavior is about the same, while only 9% say that people are behaving a lot or a little more politely in public. With this stunning information, we want to ask Purchase College students if they have noticed a change in the atmosphere now from 5 years ago. Here's what they have to say about the matter when we asked them that.
I definitely noticed a change in the atmosphere. I think being in an isolated space definitely does something to you mentally, spiritually, physically. Um, just coming back into society, reacting with people is very different. You're more cautious, at least for me, especially when it comes to any kind of health situations, and also just getting back into the groove of like being a working person, a student in society. Is very different after just being kept in isolation and having to get back to regular life and everyday things that you have to do.
Yeah, I'd say we learned and grew a lot from COVID. And we also, I don't know, kind of the opposite of that too. It kind of is a flux of, it fluctuates with social aspects.
I believe that there's been a change in the atmosphere. I think that, everyone is so connected to their devices and everyone's kind of been so closed off and just everyone, I think after being, locked away, during the shutdown and during the pandemic, I think that everyone was so just like to themselves, especially after being isolated for so long. Everyone just reacts differently. Like after that period of time when people weren't socializing, people weren't out doing things. I think that makes a change for a lot of people and mentally. It just I think that's something that definitely changes how people think and how people react to other people around them, which I think might in turn lead to people perceiving other people's actions as rude, even if they're just closed off because of how they've been during the lockdown.
Well, 5 years ago, I was in high school, so I think it's different to judge off of. But just based off what I've heard and what I've seen, I think that we lost the ability to talk to one another in a concrete manner. I think that, COVID was a very scarring thing, and I think it's important for us not to completely put that behind us. It's not okay to just move on completely from it. We always have to remember that. But I think we don't give people some people, we don't give them the time of day anymore. Some people don't deserve the time of day anymore. I think people have gone a bit crazier overall. It's a really good question. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that I spent a lot more time on my phone and not really, I don't know, not socializing with it either. Just sort of like the rise of like TikTok and all that stuff. But I don't know. I think that there might be like a different way in which we socialize after. But again, for like our generation right now, that was such like developmental years, so it's hard to really know what it would be like. I know that some people living in different areas like felt more isolated during the pandemic. Like I live in upstate, so I was able to like get outside and whatnot. But I think some people in the city maybe faced something different. So, it's sort of hard to tell because we don't really know exactly what the alternative would have been like. So, but I could see that there could be definitely a shift.
I don't think so. I think maybe there's a little change, but other than that, it's probably about the same.